Hello everyone, this is Eli over at Medicine Talk Pro, and apparently Constant Contact has changed their editor, and it's been a bit of a mess, but I thought I would create a new video tutorial just on the part of building your newsletter. So this is being filmed March 8th, 2018, and I've logged into Constant Contact, and I'm going to create a campaign, otherwise known as an email. And so here in the top right corner, now let me just say, this is very different from what you've been doing if you've been doing the 7-minute newsletter, which is basically to copy the HTML code that we send you into a text block using the HTML editor, which is what the other videos showed you how to do. So I do have a meeting set up where I'm trying to figure out if this is still going to be possible. But for now, until you hear otherwise from me, this is going to have to be the new way that you do your newsletter. So before I hit the create button, let me pop over here to this folder, because every month we send you an email. Well, 2 emails, right? One email we send you looks like this, and it has the formatted newsletter in it. And it shows you what we bold, right? What has bullet points, things like that. So we send this to you, and it's some people forward this on in their emails that they use, Gmail or whatever, but most people are after this code right here so they can do it the old way. But we also attach to the email these individual articles right here, right? The feature article, the food, the recipe, the herb, the vitamin supplement, and the therapy. And those are done in plain text. So here's the feature article, and this March's newsletter was about PCOS. And so at the very top of that text document, there's the link for the image, which you'll be needing as you build your newsletter. And there's also the text for the article, not formatted at all. So you'll have to do a little bit of formatting. And then there's a list of resources. We also send you the references all in one document. And we also, in our formatted newsletter, we had the link so that at the bottom of the newsletter, your patients or clients could just click down here for references, right, under each article, instead of them appearing like they used to at the bottom. So let's go back to Constant Contact. So we're going to do create. We're going to hit create, and it's going to give you this box, and you're going to select a campaign to get started. And I'm just going to pick email. I have an extra tab right here called Partner Marketing, which you don't have on yours. And so what you'll see is this list of templates. And I would suggest that you use this one right here, blank. This is the one that we found works easiest for this. So I'm just going to click on it, and it'll open it up in the editor and let me start building. So the first thing I'm going to do, and going forward, after you build 1 month's newsletter, you won't have to do some of this, like your header will already be there, that sort of stuff, and all you'll be doing is changing out text blocks. But since you'll all have to be starting from scratch on the new editor, we'll do this. So I'm just going to click in here and choose Edit, and that will bring me to my library. And there's another tab here called Image URL. So my logo is already here in my library. So I'm going to select that and then just click Insert, and it's going to put it here at the top of my newsletter, which there's a little arrow here that you can just barely see. And I'm just going to grab that, and I'm going to make it the full width here of the newsletter. And then I'll click Done. Now I'm going to pick up this text box here, and I'm going to drop it right in here, right underneath that. See where I get that pink bar? And then I'll drop it. I can put in a divider, which I'm going to do because I don't want to have that box right under my logo. So I have a divider there. Now I'm going to open up the feature article for PCOS and I'm going to copy everything but the image link. So I'm going to start right under the image link and I'm going to come down to right above resources. So I've highlighted that and I'm going to copy that. And then I'll come back in here and I'm going to highlight everything in that text box and delete it by just pasting over it. So now I have my text in here for my feature article and I want to get my image in there and then I'll format this text and I'll be done with the first article. So I'm going to pick up this image and I'm going to come put it over here on the right there. I'm going to click on it, I'm going to edit it, and now I'm going to insert by image URL. So I just clicked on that tab and I'll go back to that feature article and now I'm going to grab this URL that's right here. And I'm going to come back over to Constant Contact and paste that URL in. You can hit preview if you want and hit insert. And so now it's put it right in here at the top. You can make it bigger or smaller if you want, however you want to do that. And now I'm just going to do a little formatting here. So I'm going to highlight the title of this article and I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. So I'm going to make that 16, well, maybe 14. No, well, and bold. And then I'm going to put bullet points here, which you can always check by just double clicking on that HTML code file, the one here that ends in HTML, if you want to have a look as you do this to see what it looks like right here. And so I can see that these have bullets. So I'll come back here. I highlighted those. I'm just going to apply bullets to it. I don't have to keep going back because I know what it looks like. But I'm going to bold these titles right here. And then I know that these are bullet points here. And so I'm going to apply the bullet point to that. And that is pretty much all the formatting that needs to be done. And so I can move on to my next article. And I'll do the same thing. I'll pick up a divider row and put it at the bottom of that. And then I'll pick up another text article and put it there. I'll open my second article, which is my food. So the antioxidant power of green tea, which is a short little article. So I'll copy that. I'm just showing it to you twice. I won't do all 6. And now I'm going to grab the URL for the image. And pick up an image, and I think I'll put this one on the left. Click on it, edit, image URL, preview, insert. I'm going to turn this bold. You don't have to keep the scientific name there if you don't want to. I often just take that out of mine. So I'll take that out. Nothing else needs to be bolded or formatted in here. So I'm going to hit done. Now, and then you can see as you scroll through it's there. Now there's a couple of things to point out to you. In our formatted newsletter, you would have this what's new section, and we also have this references section, and we also have food for thought. And so we're going to prepare a document for you that has these sections, what's new and food for thought, and the references link. Now I can just grab it, although you'll have it in a text document. So I'm just going to copy this link address from here because it will work fine that way, but you'll have it in a text document. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put my cursor there. I'm going to hit enter, references, right down here, highlight it, insert link to a web page, and then I'll just paste it there. You don't need to check enable click segmentation. You just hit insert, and now you've got your references down there. And in order to get, so I'll hit done. In order to get these other parts in here, so this is the first one, right, which is what's new. You'll have that in a text document, but for now I'm just going to copy this, and then I'll come back to my email, pick up a text box, drop it in here, highlight the text in here, paste in what's new. I would probably turn the header bold, and then you'll see, and then I'll hit done. You'll see once you hit done, off to the side are two little tabs right here. So I'm going to click on this little wheel, and here is a change this layout background color, and I'm just going to turn it blue. I'm also going to put a divider in under here. So I just picked it up and dropped it there. If you've got announcements and things that you want to put into your newsletter, you can pick up another text box and drop it above that. Put your address in there. You can put anything in there that you want to put in there. You put social icons in there, whatever you would like to do. So I've got my references. I've got my little what's new box. And then for your food for thought, so you can do the same thing, right? You can pick this up and copy it and come back to your email, and in one of those places put it. You can basically duplicate what we've done here. It won't be as nice like with the round edges here and all of that, but you can turn that background into a different color to offset like the recipe, and just break it up a little bit, right, with the different colors of each section of the email, however you want to do that. So then you would continue. You want to make sure in this newsletter that you have done of course, all the things. It should be fine, like with your name, your address, unsubscribe, things like that. That should be fine. You can drop your social media icons anywhere you want. I usually put mine at the bottom, but also have mine at the top of my newsletter. When you do that for the first time, you just have to click on that box and hit edit. And now come put in your Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and there's other things you can choose from: Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Google+. And so you want to definitely fill out that information. And if you have a video you want, you could drop a video in there. I really do like to use dividers to separate the different parts so that it's easy for people to read the newsletter. And that is pretty much it. You have your coupon here, things like that. I apologize at the change Constant Contact has made. I hope that when I sit down and work with them, they give us a different option that still allows you to paste in this HTML code that gets you this look here. But I can't promise that they'll do that. What I can tell you is that MailChimp still offers that kind of newsletter building. So if you're only using Constant Contact to manage your mail list to send out your newsletter, that may be something you want to consider. You can watch the tutorials on Medicine Talk Pro for MailChimp to see how it's done and if that seems like it would be better for you. Start to finish, once you have one of these built, it's pretty quick. It's not much longer than just pasting it in. So let me show you. I'm going to save this. I'm going to come back to campaigns because I told you only had to do some of this stuff once. So this is the one I just built. And if you come over to more, you can copy it. So once you copy it, your format is pretty much all set up. So we're going to rename the copy to copied. I'll put copied month, because we'll say you set up April's, and now this would be May's, so next month when you come in. So I'm going to hit save, And this is the copied month. You can see right here, I actually would name mine May newsletter 2018. But basically what you have is exactly what you did the month before. So now all you have to do, because all the sections are already in there, is all you have to do is come in and replace just that text because all the formatting is done. And in here, right, when you click on the picture, you just have to replace it and you'll get the new link, right? So if you hit replace, you put in the new link for the new article there that comes in your next text document. And here you would just replace all of the text right here, including your references. Although you could just unlink that and put the new link in. And so in this way, once your first one is built, it will probably go much, much faster for subsequent months. You just have to copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that, start to finish. So again, I can only offer apologies that Constant Contact has seen fit to take our normal editor away from us that we're used to, but I hope this helped you in knowing how to get your newsletters out right now. I will be in touch if they're going to offer a solution that's similar to what everyone's been using. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if we can help in any way. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks.